Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick review of my trades today. I took a couple of trades, more trades than I normally do. Usually I try to do one, maybe two at most trades, day trades. Today I did three or two and a half. My last one I'm still in, holding overnight, a short on Apple. So let me go through these quickly here. I did AIG. All three were that I did today were based on earnings plays, and AIG had missed on earnings. They missed by 51 cents, I believe. And so one thing I like to couple with the earnings is not only the earnings, if they look bad, is more the reaction. In this case, this was pretty bullish on missing. But what caused me to want to short versus long, even though it's gapping up, and you'll see this a lot where the earnings are so-called bad and they're gapping up and their earnings look great and they're gapping down, and so it's really good to kind of look at the price action if you still decide to trade these, even though they're maybe not doing what you think they should. If they all line up with, for example, bad earnings and downgrades, and then they're gapping up, and it may not make sense, then maybe avoid it. Many times I see that when you get all these negatives and all these downgrades, usually many times stocks like to go up, at least for that day or next 2 days or 3 days. So anyhow, here on AIG, I see it going up here pre-market. I was thinking shorting, so here in the open, I see here that it scoops up and completely fails. So at this point, many shorters can kind of see that and see that's a pretty good rejection. If you're short, you could probably want to get in a bounce. However, I didn't get it until down here. I wanted to see it go towards the lows again and retest. And my idea was let it flush, continue on, which is what I thought would happen. So I got in here around 43.29 and continues down. And when it starts doing this little by little versus a quick spike up, I tend to avoid these slow grinders, and because I feel like just continue. Just later on at the end of the day, you sometimes will say I should just got out. So I got out here, just took the quick small profit, was nothing, and it does this thing. So by this time I was convinced and said, oh, that's great. It probably is going to do what I was thinking. And but actually it kind of turned out to be a good trade, because initially when I got in here, my stop was here in this recent spike, so 44 even. But when as it broke the lows and continued down, I dropped my stop to break even. But as it did the slow grind, I lost interest, so got out. But really, this is probably still a good trade to stay in, add possibly these areas, and see what it does. If it holds here, just cover, get out. And it looks like it held all day, so I'm not too mad about getting out of there. And my second trade was on Spot, and that was also a earnings play. Now I was long. I was thinking long on this because this is a company I feel that people are interested in, and so, and on top of that, you see it pull down here pre-market, and again, I like to see what does it do regardless of the earnings or the downgrades or upgrades. And when I seen a very strong push with high volume, I started thinking, okay, maybe this is a confirmation for it to stay long. So I let it do its thing, and at this point, I jumped in here to 137.24, 22 was my average, and my stop was 134, 137, or was it? No, my stop was here at 135, and I put a stop order left, and had I been here, I put a stop. I didn't really even want to take a profit until I got back, so I put it somewhere high. I put it somewhere high, like up here, 152. So, but had I been here, because again, when things happen fast, it starts to make me want to either take half off or all of it off. So I didn't take it off because I was not at my computer, just had my stops in. But this fast push, I would have taken half or been all out. I like to see a slow, steady grind up if I'm to stay in it. So I wasn't here, let it do its thing, and I was gonna add when I got back. I got back around this time, somewhere around here, and I was thinking of adding here, but end of the day, I said just get out. So got out here around 141.07. And my last play was the Apple play. They had earnings, and it seemed mixed to me at the time when I got in. Looked good, and some looked bad, some negative and some positives. And then I started looking at social media. I started noticing a lot of bashing on the company and talk about how it can go lower. So I got in at this point here, 212-ish, 212.70-ish average, and was thinking it was really going to flush farther down. And so the market just closed, or is going to close in about 2 minutes. And so at this point I decided I'll just hold my position, see what it does tomorrow pre-market or so. So that's my trade. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.